Hey, so we're here with your special Valentine's Day edition of Binary Boys video. Oh yeah. So, we're going to be sharing with you some tips, in addition to what you read in our column, about how to have a successful, geeky Valentine's Day.
So let's jump right in. Our first tip, going on a date, what would you suggest for a date, for a geek?
We found in our experience that geeks can be rather susceptible to the traditional notions of what a date is. So probably a dinner, definitely with some candlelight going on. So
some flowers.
Yeah, just your typical date setup, because that's what geeks have seen on the movies.
Suckers for cliches.
That's what they're gonna try and recreate.
So while the candlelight dinner's awesome and they're probably gonna love it, nothing's wrong with ending the date with some fun video games. Anything you guys can both enjoy, be it Guitar Hero, Halo, some sports, football, Madden, more Halo, something like that.
Mario Kart for the Wii is always a good one. Tends to be less sporty or like war games, so
everybody can get into it.
And so for conversations, what you're really going to want to do, as far as on the geek side, definitely don't focus the conversation only on technology. Definitely, and this is good advice for anyone out there, not just geeks, let the conversation focus on her.
And, it should also be noted for, her or he, whatever party isn't really that much into the technology side. Maybe try and relate, maybe talk a little bit about what you know, make a fool of yourself. They'll think it's cute, they really will, and they'll talk your ear off about correcting whatever it is that you screwed up. So go ahead, don't be shy. One thing to look out for, a really big question that can really make or break a first date with a geek is what's your favorite operating system? So this can be a really hot question. What's your advice on this one?
Exactly. I'd say that the person on the receiving end of the question, it's really rather loaded question, because this could make or break the person in the eyes of the geek. So I would say don't state that you particularly like or dislike either Windows or Mac OS X.
Don't commit.
No, just say that you don't have anything against either of them. You can say which one you maybe use at home, or that your computer is that you own, whether it be a laptop in your dorm room, whatever. And for bonus points, you can always say that you use Linux. Just don't lie.
And on to tech news.
So to start out, the digital TV switch is still in the news. As reported by the Associated Press today, about a quarter of the nation's large TV stations are going to go ahead and still switch over to all digital on February 17th as scheduled. It's almost 500 stations out of 1,800 in the country will be continuing with this February 17th date, and with the largest city in the country being San Diego that's losing the analog sound.
I don't know if any of you have heard of Kindle. It's Amazon's ebook reader. Really cool technology. Might want to look into it. It's basically a really nice small tablet, paper thin, about the size of a magazine, and you can load up to 15,000 books on it. The Kindle 2 actually just came out. It's shown some promise. It's got a 3G cell phone connectivity. You don't have to pay any service. It's all free. You get to download books from anywhere, anytime, for roughly about $10 for a bestseller. And like I said, 15,000 books, that's your whole library. You can get textbooks, some of them are out there for the e-reader, and it's really nifty. So if you're into books, definitely look into it.
Sirius XM satellite radio, pretty much the largest and the only provider of satellite radio, is filing for bankruptcy.
Or so we've heard. It's not official yet, but New York Times, Washington Post has pointed towards it's going to happen soon.
And they're hoping to there's a possibility of a buyout from Dish Network, but that remains to be seen.
For those of you using the iPhone or the G1, Google Android, we've got some app updates for you. So on the iPhone side, now reached 20,000 apps in the store, so plenty of variety out there for you. 31 fart apps and counting. Let's see, as far as Google Android goes, they've actually, sometime this week, it's rumored, so maybe even, today,
it'll be out that you'll be able to get paid apps now, which kind of sounds like it sucks because you have to pay, but what that means is developers will be more enticed, which means you'll get some more creative apps and some really functional apps out there. So it's actually something to look forward to. That pretty much does it for tech news. I think we're done for this week, so
All right.
we'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah. Have a happy Valentine's Day.